welcome guys, welcome to the channel. Great to have you here again. Thank you so much for your support. For those who are returning, for those who are new, well, you know what to do if you like this video. I don't need to tell you. So this is going to be a general reading, pick a deck reading for 72 hours, for the next 72 hours. So you have a choice of number 1, Gregory Scott Tarot, number 2, the Good Tarot, or number 3, the Wild Unknown Tarot. So choose the one which resonates with you most, 1, 2 or 3, as that will be the one that maybe most likely will contain the message which is for you. So I'll give you a moment to do that before I get started. As I said, this is a general readings for all who are watching, and it's for the next 72 hours. So you have 1, 2 or 3. Which one resonates with you? So welcome number 1 to your reading, your 72-hour reading. You've chosen the Gregory Scott Tarot by Gregory Scott. One of my favourite decks. It's quite a new deck. It's available on Amazon. I think other places as well. It's quite a new deck, and it's a slightly different take on the Rider-Waite decks. So I quite enjoy using this one. So let's have a look then to see what you need to be aware of for your highest and greatest good over the next 72 hours. Over the next 72 hours, please, what does group number 1 need to be aware of for their highest and greatest good, please? Thank you. Alright, so you've got 3 of Pentacles. That's in your current situation, so you're laying a foundation for something. Or some of you will be perhaps a financial foundation. Maybe you're investing in some venture that you hope is going to be your pension pot. Others of you maybe are maybe starting a new job, and that's your foundation for the next while. You know, to create a nice foundation for your family, or for just for yourself if you're single. Some of you may be starting a new business, and you're doing the groundwork, you know, for the future, making sure everything's in place. And during this time that we're living in, it's difficult to start a business. Perhaps online is probably the best bet for most. But certainly for bricks and mortar it's very difficult. But you're putting in the work, you're putting in the due diligence and everything to make sure it's going to be a success. If this is to do with a relationship, perhaps you're just getting started, and it's those 3 is new beginnings and communication. So perhaps it's just like a getting to know each other kind of phase. You're laying the foundation for future commitments. You also have 3 as a triangulation. It could be different perspectives to look at things as well. But this is in your current situation. This is where you are now. And over the next 72 hours, obviously that can change. You have in your hopes and desires, you've got the 7 of Wands. And you might think, well, that's not a very good card. But 7 of Wands means standing up for something that you believe in. Okay, so it means, yeah, you might have some, say, people, or you might have those who will be questioning what you're doing. You know, especially with this foundation card here. You know, they might question you. What are you doing? You know, are you going the right path? And if it's something you truly believe in, you will be standing up for yourself and saying, yeah, this is my way forward. This is a decision that I have made, and I am going forward with it, and you're not going to stop me. And that could be anything to do with your business, your relation, whatever it happens to be, work, whatever. It's your choice. You've made the choice, and you've decided that you are going forward with it. Okay, so that's in your hopes and desires. That's what you want, that's how you feel about it. In your help, you've got strength. You have the strength and resilience. This is what's helping you right now to get over anything, any doubts, any outside influences, any limiting beliefs and so on. You can see this guy's mind here, this person's mind is like full of barbed wire, but the hand is reaching out and getting some divine help. So you could well be getting some divine help as well, or it could well be help from a mentor, a teacher, someone who's more experienced than you in the same line of business that you are in, or work, maybe in a work situation. If this is in a relationship, perhaps this is a good friend, family member, or someone like that, parent or someone like that, who's supporting you. You are getting the support. Not everyone is against you. Not everyone is going to be battling against you. You're not going to have to face up to everyone all the time. People will be accepting your choice and knowing that you have the strength and resilience and the perseverance to see it through over the next 72 hours. You have also got the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords in the upright. This is in reverse. Was in reverse. So the Two of Swords upright is like a stalemate, not knowing the way out, not knowing exactly what to do, defending yourself. Again, usually shows you someone like a young girl blindfolded with crossed swords, across her chest, ready to defend herself. Kind of like a stalemate situation. And this is in your obstacles side of things, or it could be extra help. It's in reverse, so you're not in that stalemate kind of situation over the next 72 hours, because you know exactly what you're doing. You've made your decision. You've made your decision, and you know exactly where you're going. So you haven't got that. So this is another way to kind of strengthen the strength card, if you like, because you've got that strength and resilience and perseverance, and you're going to carry on regardless, doing what it is you know is right. You know that you're standing up for, you believe in is right. And like I said, this could be any area of your life. I mean, if this is in a relationship, it could well be because of mixed culture, or mixed religion, or ethnicity, or whatever it happens to be. It could be something that it could be even same-sex kind of situation. That people will be against. Perhaps you're just coming out as gay, or maybe because I have I'll say a friend, someone I know quite well. He spent the first 40 years, just over 40 years as a heterosexual man, had a family and everything, and then came out as gay after he was 40, and obviously still is, and has a wonderful relationship with the person he's with now. So it can happen, that kind of situation. And all this is saying is there is no stalemate situation here. All this means is really that you've made your decision and you know the way out. You're not blindfolded. You can see clearly. Now, have in the outcome, you have got the Four of Cups in reverse. So that's a good thing in itself, in the sense of that it's going to be something, whatever it is you've chosen to do, it's not going to bore you. You're not going to feel complacent about it. It's not going to tie you down, as in, it's not going to be like the humdrum kind of situation. So you are going to get some good fun out of this. You're not going to be in this kind of situation here, where you just feel bored, really. So in this card here, you've got this guy here. He's been showing things about all the fairies and things like that. He's just not interested, is he? But you are interested, and you're interested in learning. So perhaps it is a new skill that you're learning, a new job that you're learning, a new relationship that you're learning. You're learning about each other. So you're excited over the next 72 hours. You're learning, you're doing things, you're getting to know each other, you're getting to know your work, you're getting to know your career, all that kind of thing. So it's like a learning phase. So it's looking good. Group number one, that is looking good for you. So over the next 72 hours, I would say that stick to your guns. You've made your decision, stick to your guns, and it's going to work out really well for you. Alright guys, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed that. If you'd like to support me, obviously have a look in the description in ways you can do that. Thank you so much. Group number 2, welcome to your reading. This is a 72-hour reading for you. I'm using the Good Tarot by Clett Baron Reed for your reading. This is the one that you have chosen. So let's have a look to see what the next 72 hours has in store for you. Group number 2. What do you need to be aware of over the next 72 hours, which is for your highest and greatest good? What do you need to be aware of? These are quite hard to shuffle, these cards, for me anyway, with my little hand. So, what do we need to be aware of? Let's have a look. Let's just stick together, that's it. Okay, so let's have a look, see what we have here. Your current situation is the world. It could well be that at this moment in time you're moving into a new cycle. That's what the world normally means. It's the last card on the major arcana. It's 21, 2 and 1's 3, 3 is new beginnings. So that means like a new cycle. So something new is coming into play over the next 72 hours for you. And there could be an element of unknown about that. There could be an element of surprise. It could be something completely out of the blue, or it's something that you already know about, you are starting, and that could be, I'll say, because this is a general reading, could be any walk of life, well, relationship, work, career, business, anything like that. But you're certainly moving into a new phase, a new cycle, and let's see how it develops further. In your hopes and dreams and your desires, you've got the 4 of water. The 4 of water is the 4 of cups. So when it's in this kind of situation, when it's upright, that means complacency, that means boredom, that means being offered something really good and you're ignoring it. You're saying, no, but enough of them. It's like, I don't know, being offered, a Rolex watch. I'm going to be extreme here, but going a Rolex watch. You're being offered a Rolex watch and you refuse it because you've got a Breitling. You're bored. Oh, I've got a Breitling. Well, I don't need a Rolex. That kind of situation. It's a bit extreme. It's probably not a very good analogy. But in the upright, this means, basically that you're being offered something really good, really great, but you're just not interested. However, this is in the reverse. So, and this is what you want. You don't want to be in that complacent mood. Perhaps this is a cycle that you've been in where you haven't really appreciated what you have, and you want to change that. Okay, so this is what you want. You want that change. You want to be able to appreciate things more. You want to be more grateful. You want to be more excited about what's coming your way than perhaps you have been in the more recent past. So over the next 72 hours, this is what you are looking for. You have got the 8 of fire, which is the 8 of wands. So this is normally in the upright, this is news coming in really fast. And this is good news coming in. And that's normally a good thing. It's normally a very positive and prosperous card. It is in the reverse in your reading, in the help section. So this good news is still coming in. It's just a bit delayed. You might have to wait longer than the 72 hours, or it might be on the last day, in the last section of the 72 hours before you actually receive the news that perhaps you're expecting. So perhaps here you are waiting for a result of an interview, waiting for a job offer, a job possibility or career possibility. You're waiting to hear perhaps from someone that you've asked out. If this is like a relationship, someone you've been attracted to, that kind of thing. So you're waiting, you're expectant, and you're waiting, and you're hoping to have some like fast news coming in, to receive a quick reply, but that's been delayed for whatever reason, and it could be because of COVID or things like that. So it's a case of being a bit patient. You have got the Queen of Earth. The Queen of Earth is obviously the Queen of Pentacles, who's very prosperous, generous, kind, loving, nurturing as well, the mother figure, and you know, someone who's very grounded. Okay, so very grounded in their emotions, lives through the heart. Right, so it's a very heart-centered kind of person. This is in reverse, so and this is in your obstacles and sort of extra advice. So perhaps the person that you're dealing with, this could be a boss kind of figure as well, you know, is still looking over your interview notes or looking over your application. Okay, so there's no decision has been made yet, and there could be a reason for that. You know, during these times that we live in, you know, it could be COVID related. Perhaps they haven't got round to it yet, or perhaps they've got because of the economic situation as well. There's a lot of applicants, maybe for the same job that you're going for, if this is a work situation. You know? If this is, for example, this could also be maybe you've applied for a bank loan to revive your business, and you know no decision has been made yet. That decision is coming. That's on its way. It's just been delayed a bit. If this is like a relationship, you haven't heard from this person, and maybe this is the person you've asked out. You know, if it's like a new relationship, and they haven't replied yet, maybe they're thinking things over as to whether you want to or not. Okay, you have got the Two of Wands. Okay, Two of Wands in your outcome. So in the near future, in the 72 hours. So this can be classed as waiting for the answer. So you could still be waiting. It may take longer than the 72 hours before you actually get an answer, to get a reply. So patience is required here. Two of Wands is also a portal card. Normally you see two wands, and then you know you go through the portal. So that could also tie in with the world, as in new beginnings. So you could be starting something new, but it's not just yet. It's probably not in the next 72 hours. So I would think, yeah, kind of feeling that this reading is going to be longer than 72 hours in the sense of you're going to have to exercise some patience, group number 2, for your answer. You're not going to get the answer you want just yet. Possibly by the end of the week. That's what I'm saying. What I'm being told. Yeah, so certainly not right now. Maybe a bit longer, a couple of more days, a day or two after the 72-hour period is up. Okay. So all in all, guys, you are going into a new phase. You're starting a new cycle. The news that you're waiting for, it hasn't come in yet, and it's been delayed a little bit. There may be some considerations, some legalities, whatever. Although the Hierophant isn't here, normally that would indicate there'll be some legalities involved. It's just a decision. It could well be the situation that we're living in. That decision has been delayed, but you are going to get the decision. But it looks like you're going to have to exercise a little bit more patience right now. Until that decision comes in. It is on its way. There is a change coming, but it has been delayed. You know, so it's going to go beyond the next 72 hours, it would appear. Alright guys, group number 2, that is your reading. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support me, just look in the description and you know how to do that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Group number 3, welcome to your reading with the Wild Unknown Tarot. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So you've chosen a good deck. I love using this deck. So group number 3, what do you need to know over the next 72 hours for your highest and greatest good? What do you need to be aware of for your highest and greatest good, please? Over the next 72 hours, what does group number 3 need to be aware of for their highest and greatest good, please? Thank you. Okay, so let's have a look. Alright, so we have got first of all the Mother of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands. Fiery, passionate, normally in control of her passions, but she can also lash out, because as you can see, it's a snake, got a snake here as well. So in the negative, and this was in your current situation in reverse. So you are perhaps in a position, or someone in your life is in a position where they could be feeling quite negative, quite tetchy, quite unsettled right now. So you're passionate about something. You're perhaps feeling a bit impatient about something, and maybe you're waiting on the result of something, or maybe you're waiting for some news. It could relate to any area of your life, or maybe you've had a bit of maybe some words with your partner, or you're waiting on a work situation, waiting to get back to work perhaps because of the current situation, and you're impatient. You want to get things done, you want to get going, so you're all fired up and no place to go kind of situation. In your desires, you have got the which one's this? It's upside down. So you have got the Eight of Wands. In your desires, you've got the Eight of Wands in reverse. So normally in the upright, the Eight of Wands would be good news coming in quite fast. You're receiving good news, good prosperous news. But in your desires, for whatever reason, you've decided, you want that news to be delayed. You don't want to know it perhaps in the next 72 hours. You want that news to be delayed for some reason. Now, why could that be? Is it because you're expecting some bad news, some negative news? Is it because you're having some doubts about maybe the situation that you've applied for? If it's a job, for example, you've got a feeling that you're not going to be successful, so you'd rather not know kind of situation? Or is it to do with relationship? Perhaps you've asked someone out and just know they're not going to say yes kind of situation. For some reason you want this news to be delayed. As a helper though, you have got the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is like an epiphany. Okay, it's like an insight, a flash of inspiration that's come in. So it's a gift from the universe. In that sense, you'll get this thought, this sudden thought that gives you some inspiration, shines a light on your situation. So perhaps this waiting isn't what you really want. It could well be to do with some doubts, fears, anxieties, stresses, worries, that kind of situation. Maybe you've applied for a new job, but you're not sure if you've got the skills to do it because it's a totally new area. And because of the current situation, you've had to go into an area that you've never even thought of going into before, work-wise. Because work in your area, perhaps you work in hospitality or have done, or entertainment, as an example, and there's no work available in that area now because of all the different situations that are happening around the world. Especially here in UK, there's local lockdowns all over the place. You could be struggling to find work in your normal area of expertise, and you've had to apply for something totally different, and you're worried perhaps that you're not going to get that job. But at the same time there's an impatience. So it's a little bit contradictory, group number 3. You're being a little bit contradictory with yourself. You're being impatient, saying, well, I want to know now. But then you're saying, oh, maybe I don't want to know. But you are going to get a flash of inspiration. Something is going to come in and give you that knowledge that maybe you're trying to avoid. And we have got the Tower in your obstacles, in your extra advice. And the Tower is not a bad thing. Alright, so if you look at this tower, it's only the top of the tree that's going. It's not the rest of it, it's not the whole tree, is it? So this basically just means a sudden change. Something, maybe this, this, you want to get some news coming in. It's going to bring a sudden change in your life. A sudden, maybe, yeah. So I'm just channeling a little bit here. A sudden change to change your life around completely. So maybe the thing that you'll be trying to avoid here is actually going to come in anyway, because the universe has said, no, this is what you need to do. Okay? You need to make this change. You need to change your life around completely if you want to move on. So this change could happen within the next 72 hours. The outcome of it, you've got the Father of Swords, which is the King of Swords, and that's in reverse. In the upright, the Father of Swords is normally someone who makes judgments and so on, but he's normally cool, logical, learned, or learned. He uses his intellect rather than his heart. It's not a heart-based decision. So in reverse, what I'm getting is that decision's already been made for you. Whatever it is that's coming in, the universe has decided this is the best route for you. Whatever it happens to be, whether it's work related. I'm getting very much that it's work related. Not so much because there's no hearts here. There's no cups here. The hearts. There's no cups. There's no real emotion here. There's passion. With the wands, they've also got swords. So it's more logical. It's more to do with the head rather than the heart. So I'm feeling this is more work related. A decision has been made for you, for the direction for you to go in. It may appear to be illogical. It may appear to be illogical, and maybe that's kind of putting you off a little bit. So over the next 72 hours, some major change is going to happen in your life which doesn't make sense. It's a little bit like your reading here. It doesn't make sense. Yes, you're being impatient, but you're trying to delay things. It's a little bit contradictory. You don't want the message to come in. But that message that's coming in, even though it's delayed, it's still good news. Alright? It's still good news. So you've got to get this inspiration here, this inspirational thought, and that could bring about a major change, completely turn your life around. It just may seem crazy. Alright? It just may seem a little bit crazy. Something totally different. Totally wacky, out of the blue. You may decide, that's what I'm going to do. So that decision kind of has been made. You'll still have that freedom of choice whether to accept that decision or not. That is up to you, But that's what you're going to be offered. A chance to really change your life around completely, turn it on its head, and start with something totally different. That's what I'm getting here. Well, that's it, group number 3. That is what I get for your reading. Strange one, but it could be very much a life-changing moment for you. And because the news is good, I feel it's going to work out for you. I feel it really is going to work out for you. Alright, group number 3, thank you for watching. If you'd like to support me, there's details in the description below. So until next time, see ya.